Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. If it's morning where you are, it's morning where I am, so good morning. And if not, well, I hope it's a nice time of day, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm in my room looking at the mess that I left it last night. My bricks are in the way. New worlds to discover. Or to conquer, oh yes, to conquer, was between the books all night. As you can see, I have the signatures sewn in. So I've got work to do today. The fabric that I ended up using was some nice Tim Holtz fabric that was sent in Happy Mail from Camille. And I tea-dyed it. No, I coffee-dyed it. Pardon me. I coffee-dyed it so that it would blend a little better with the tea-dyed paper. So I got a few things to do on... Oh, you know what? I am still going to need these, so I should leave them out. If you hear birdies in the background, I have my favorite little channel going, and it's sunny on the north shore of Thunder Bay. Dropping things here. It's sunny up there too, so it's the thing about Canada in winter is if it's a bright sunny day with not a cloud in the sky, you can pretty well count on it being extremely cold because the clouds keep the warmth down. And if there's no clouds above, woof, it's chilly. And that's okay because I'll take the sunshine. I'm inside and I'm quite all right with that. Where I am, I have some little leftovers here because I always cut at an angle on those little wings to for when it's going to go in the cover. Now I have my big fat paper clips here. I find it easier to slide them sideways off. If you try and just pull like that, one of these ends, either this one on this side or the one on the back side, can get caught and you can harm your page. So I give them a little slide sideways and pull them off. If you are a paperclip user or have been thinking about using paper clips instead of, bulldog clips or whatever it is you use, I enjoy paper clips. I find because I put in so many signatures when I do a journal, it's less bulky in the end. I mean, there's 9 signatures in this book. I haven't counted the pages. But if you imagine big bulldog-y type clips, the black triangular shaped ones, it's just too much. So these nice flat big paper clips are beautiful. I tried slightly bigger and they were a little cumbersome. These ones are my favorites. Now what did you got caught in there while I was sewing signatures? There we go. Now you're fine. I'll just slide you off. It's very easy to do. Learned that lesson the hard way, but with journals like these, even with scraping a hole into the paper. I mean, come on, we're creative. I just collage over top, and you're good to go. There you go. And there we go. So that looks nice. I worked on this a little bit to get it nice and soft and mushy. I used a page from the actual text block. And now what I want to do, because it's such a big book, I think it is going to need a sorry, I'm thinking while I'm looking at this. I think it's going to need a bookmark, but I'm wondering if that's too wide. No, because once it goes in, it turns sideways. I like this. It feels like fabric rather than ribbon. And it's a goldy color, so you know, I mean, come on, it's one of my favorite colors. So let's see how long we want this to be. Always best to go a bit too long. Oh, I'm dropping things. Because then you can trim it to the length you need. But if you go too short, that's not good. So for now, I'm going to slide it back into this little paper sleeve it was in, but I will need to eventually move it over onto one of those cardboard thimbles. Now, I left the lid off of my 3-in-1 last night, so let's see if it's going to give me grief up here. I know I'm not happy I left the lid off simply because 3-in-1, because it's acetone based, it does start thickening up because the alcohol within it eventually starts evaporating. So I was going to put my lace down, so that's why it looks a little shiny here. And then I realized, hold on, this is a big spine. And I realized I want to put a ribbon bookmark in it. So that goes down before the lace. I find it lays better. Just eyeball that it's centered. Don't think yeah, we'll just put a little more glue down here. So I hope you're all doing well. We're doing well here. A few little dents. I kind of leave those till the end to see whether I like them or not. Sometimes you want the dents and the bumps and the scrapes and the scratches. So I'm not always too quick to start getting out my iron for things. So we'll wait. Now, this lace has turned out to be one of my favorite kinds for putting a ratty looking lacy end on books. Let me see if I can find. I thought I got one out to show you. It is easy to get. Here's some. Hold on. Let me find a piece here. It's easy to get. It's in my messy sewing box. It's easy to get at Dollarama, although I find it all the time at my thrift store. So although it's not expensive at Dollarama, for me it's usually about 59 cents at my thrift store. People buy it, don't use it, donate it, and it's to my great good fortune. All right, so that's there. But, oh, I shouldn't have put it away. I want to show you what I do. Instead of, there we go. So instead of cutting it this way, which I sometimes will do, sometimes I want that pretty scalloped edge, or sometimes I want the plain edge like that. But sometimes when I want a really ratty looking end, but I don't feel like cheesecloth, like for example, I used some cheesecloth here on the ends of Sybil, and I also used a tiny little bit of lace. You can barely see it down there because she's so little. She's just a tiny little delicate thing, but so that's cheesecloth. So, and that's really great for a ratty looking end. But if I want a really ratty looking end, I actually put it on this way, and I use my awl, and I just pick away at this. Oh, I'll cut it to, obviously, about this size to give myself however length. I need the room to fray it. And I also will use some, can you see that this end is shiny? I'll use some 3-in-1 ahead of time to lock that together. That way I won't unweave it too far down. So, for example, if I were going to start over again, I got started on it yesterday, but if I were going to start over again, I would cut here. I would gently glue these ends here, all these open ends, with some 3-in-1, let it dry, and then I would start on this end and just start picking away at it, and they all eventually come undone. And that will give you a really nice looking ratty end. And if you're like me and you have these at your thrift store all the time, it does it for a nice price. Now, this one I've already shaped. I always try to prevent any kind of bulk where the hinges are going to be in the book. So I've already trimmed this one a bit. So we'll do that here now. I'm just going to take this off. And it's glued, so it's not going to fray on me. Now I want to find that. Hold on. Thank you. Because I have a little friend who would try and snack on that. So these look good. And let me pull this down a bit. And we'll put our lace. Oh, I love when I catch the lady out refilling the bird feeder. First time I saw it, it scared the daylights out of me. Suddenly this hand reached onto the screen. Then I realized, it's the nice person who feeds the birds. So So there we go. Let's just, there we go. You can hear her shaking the tumbler thing. I'm going to move this up a little bit. There we go. I really want it ratty looking. There we go. And we'll do it again down here at the bottom. She varies it up all the time for the birds up there. It's very nice. There's upright bird feeders hanging out of the tree because some birdies eat upside down from their bird feeders. And then she's got some that are on a flat bed because some birdies, like juncos and that, they like to eat off a flat surface. And then she's also got a log hanging. Oh, she's doing it right now. I wish I could show you, but I can't. She has this, it's just a log. It seems to be about 3 inches in diameter. And there's holes drilled in it. It looks like she's just used a hand drill, drilled holes in it. And she'll scrape peanut butter all over this log. And oh my goodness, they enjoy that. And they will come and get the peanut butter off this log. Is it ever nice what they do for the little birds? And you can find all kinds of locations for bird feeders. To clean the knife, she scrapes it on the flat base that's hanging underneath, which is smart because it catches any seeds that fall from the feeders that are hanging out of the tree. The whole setup is fantastic. Anyhow, there's these cameras are set up all over the place. So I just happen to enjoy the one that's from my province so that I can hopefully see birds that normally might possibly be in my backyard if I were to go back to feeding birds. Ever since we got Kirby, we haven't put out our bird feeders. We usually are avid winter bird feeders, but we don't know yet because she's still a puppy. We don't want her eating the bird seeds. So we'll wait till she's a little bit older and we will work with her and teach her not to eat seeds. Hold on. Trimming up more lacy mess here. There we go. Okay, so I'm liking the looks of that. I'll put it into, is that not sticky anymore? It's not sticky anymore. All right, I'll put it into the cover so you can see what I mean by it gives a really cool look. Let's just choose a page. Yeah, that's going to be just a nice length. And I'll either just angle cut it or I'll dovetail it, but I don't have to do that right away. So see what I mean, how the ribbon needs to be done first before, if you're going to put long scruffy lace or cheesecloth. But if you were going to do a delicate little lace, don't panic if you forget and you've put your little row of delicate lace and then you think, oh, I want a ribbon. It can go either or, I think. I've certainly done that in the past. Let's get you out of the way. Alrighty. So, where's the cover? There we go. So that will eventually saddle in there like that, like so, and it would look like that. Not cool? That looks nice. Oh yeah, that's really, really beautiful. Where is our exploring lady? My desk is such a mess. There she is. Yeah, that's going to look really, really pretty. I'm holding off putting her on yet. I could go ahead and do that now because I could go ahead and put the text block in now if I wanted to, but now I've got a lot of work to do in the text block, and I do think I'm going to leave it out for now. This is all a matter of your preference, and I've done both. Sometimes I'm just so excited to see what the book looks like, I get it glued in right away. And sometimes I take my time and don't put the text block in right away. Now I've got my latest conundrum is the original first cover, which I wish to keep. I find it interesting why they off-centered it, but far be it for me to question them, because once I take this edge off to fit it in, I'm going to put it in like a book plate so that it can be seen. 1929. I'm wondering if I can I'm trying to think of ways to put it in so that the back can still be seen. Because I like when the new owner knows for certain how old this book is. First edition. Wow. Don't worry, I looked it up. It was never really a popular book. I'm wondering if I need to put like a window on it of vellum or even glassine, and just trim this down carefully, and so it can be tucked underneath the vellum and then taken out if the new owner wants to take it out, and just be reminded of the year. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go take a look and see what I've got as far as vellum, so hold on. Okay, so I've got a few options that I'm thinking about. Let me put her away safely. She's going to get damaged if I leave her in this pile of mess. So let's put her away. Then I'm going to let you see what I'm thinking about doing. And then I think I'm going to turn the camera off and play around with my different ideas that I have. So, book is away safely. This is the yellowest piece of vellum I could find. Let's move this text box safely away as well. For now, this was the yellowiest one I could find, but it's not strong. So I was going through what I've got to see. Oh, I didn't put you away. There we go. It's not strong. So I started going through what I've got that is strong. And I have these. These are strong. I'm not going to use these ones. This is 2 sheets of pattern paper that has been Mod Podged together. And what you do is you put it on a smooth piece of plasticky type material, and most of us have lots of these, and you just start painting with Mod Podge and laying it down and flattening it out and let it dry flat. So that got me to thinking, because this is too dark, but it's tough like I want. But here's some old ones. I don't know if you remember when I did these. That's a napkin that I Mod Podged onto some layers of patterns. It's pretty cool, eh? It gives you a really neat kind of glassine. So again, this is 2 sheets together, but I don't want this. So I am tempted to play with the glassine. I might get one that's not quite so yummy and old. I might find a newer sheet of glassine as the base, and then maybe collage some of just the plain brown parts of pattern onto it. So see what I mean? Just take that part out and not the lines or the writing. I might do that, or I have this tissue, but I don't know whether it would go transparent enough. I don't think. I want to be able to see this through it, and see what I mean? Even if it went quite transparent, I think it's too busy. But I wanted to see. And then I have this. Again, I think it's too busy. This is from, I believe this is from a sample box I received from Your Creative Studio. I think my best route is I'm going to go back to my stash of glassine. Now I'm thinking maybe I should get some Mod Podge and tint it with some ink, and then just Mod Podge the glassine, because the Mod Podge itself will strengthen the glassine. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is the kind of thing I have to do off camera. I need to be able to stop and start and think. You know what it's like. Especially because this will be my first time trying it. And then if I get success, then I will explain to you what I did. And maybe the next time I do it, if I like it, and the next time I do it, then we'll do it on camera together. So in the meantime, that is now my plan. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. If you're still here and you enjoyed today's video, I hope you'll click on the thumbs up like down there, leave a comment and say hi. And if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you will think about clicking the subscribe button down there too. Or I think it's over there. There's a little picture of me waving. Just click on it and that should subscribe you. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.